Man, you were touching 102 at a few times throughout the season here, which is just must have been so exciting.
It was 103 on the
Wow. Man, you were touching 102 at a few times throughout the season here, which is just must have been so exciting. And obviously there's this baseball legend out there that increased velo after Tommy John surgery is a thing. So let's do some myth busters. Are you throwing harder now than before the surgery?
I am. I am.
Do you
A little
remember
bit.
the first time you saw triple digits pop up on a board?
Yeah, it was in Vancouver. And it was 103 on the
Wow.
board, but there's a hot spot on the Vancouver gun. I still today don't really know the exact velocity of that pitch, but so I threw it and it said 103, and it was a ball, but the batter called time and stood out and looked up, and all of a sudden all 6,000 Vancouver fans just stand up and start clapping, and I have no idea. I'm on the rubber, and the batter calls time, and I step off and I look back and it says 03. I'm just like, oh my.
What?
And the thing, I knew I kind of got on that too because I missed up. So I was like, no, that wasn't
Yeah,
103.
before you saw the number, you're like, oh, I overthrew that one.
Yeah, but I threw it. I was like, ooh, I wonder how hard that was. And I'm not the one rarely a velo check, but
Wow,
yeah,
man.
apparently.
That is a pretty exclusive group of human beings on this planet. Like, I don't know what the actual number is, but you're in the top 1,000 people in the world. Like, that's pretty insane stuff, dude.
It's when you put it like that, it's a lot cooler than what it is. It is.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't play ball, I podcast, so that's my little yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. But yeah, doing that it's just, again, just being healthy is, I I knew I could always throw hard, but not that hard, obviously. But I've never also been in the weight room. I think me having TJ was the best thing that's ever happened to me as a routine standpoint. Because for
Mhm.
the first time, because like I said, I was at home for 2 weeks, and then 16 months straight, I was at our complex working out 3 to 5 times a week. So that was a big, big part in my rehab, was just the weight room, getting stronger, getting more flexible, learning the movements a lot more so I can take them into my off season or take them to an affiliate. I have I used to be all I need someone to give me something and I need to do it step by step. But now I know what works for me. I know what makes me better in the weight room, in the training room, and those 14 to 16 months of rehab coming back from this set that up perfectly. So now
Just
I'm.
just feeling stronger and having that
Mhm.
mental block of your arm, you don't trust it 100%. It's just everything, eh? Like,
Everything.
wow, man. So as you transition to the bullpen, obviously as a first-time reliever, did the Jays have you working on anything? What was the focus you had when you took the mound? Or were they pretty much just go out there and try and feel good?
Yeah. So at first, it was, I was very, very hard on myself coming back. If I would give up a run and my one inning of work, I am pissed because I'm a competitor.
Mhm.
And I would have my pitching coach at the time, or my rehab pitching coach at the time, Greg, or Phil Kadari. They would tell me, they're like, dude, you ain't pitched in 3.5 years. These guys have been swinging since these guys have been swinging a bat for 3 years straight, longer than
I
that.
love that. I love that because in your head, you're like, oh man, I haven't pitched in 3.5 years. Like, I got to make up time. And they're like,
Hmm.
buddy, chill
Yeah, so
out.
I was just getting anxious and almost too amped up, and not just letting the game come to me. And so like that happened, and then they were like, you just gotta calm down, buddy. Like, we know you're good. You just gotta get in the flow of the game. Like, you just can't pick up a ball and be good. So I was very hard on myself. But one of the things, so like they were really easy with me on like kind of easing me into the game flow. But like once I hit, my stride, they were like, one thing that they tried to work with me on. So as a starter, I would paint the corners, down and away, low and away. Like, now my tick and velo, me being in like my pitches are all moving better. Like my spin rate higher, my vertical break is higher. Like this surgery changed everything about my pitches. And now they want me to throw more up because I got that little ride. So that's been a struggle with me to learn how to throw up for a strike. Because usually I'm used to painting two away and then going up, like to
Right.
get on the swing and then I drop it in off speed. But now like they want me to live right here in the face mask, and that was pretty tough to consistently hit. Like my bullpens, I throw 10 to 12 pitches, fastballs right here, just at the catcher's face mask just to see it. So that's one thing that they got me to change or work on.
It's interesting to see as the season progressed too that you did get better at hitting that spot in the high fastball. And as that happened, we watched the situations you were put in were just higher leverage as the season went on. In fact, you even had a save by the end. These high leverage moments, can you see yourself doing this regularly? Is that where you want to be, the back end of the pen?
That's where I want to be. Absolutely. I mean, obviously I'll throw any inning because you got to get 27 outs.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get 3 the first inning. You got to get 3 the ninth inning. I mean, it doesn't matter what 3 you get. It just matters on how you get them. It just,
yep.
you just got to, a nut up for your teammates and shut the door sometimes. And I like that job. I won't be 100% at that job, obviously, because baseball is baseball. But I love being in that role. I love the fact that like my coaches would trust me to say, go close the door on them, and I got 7 guys behind me that, we do laundry in the clubhouse. They're going to get dirty for me. So, just a lot of trust that goes in it.
So you, my dude, have spent some time in Vancouver now. What's your favorite thing about the city? I know it's funny. Almost every guy that we bring on the show who has worn a Canadiens jersey just loves the experience they had in Vancouver. What is Vancouver doing right? Why is everybody loving it?
They love baseball. They love their baseball team. And that is something I will go to. I'll lay down my life right there. If I don't know, if somebody says if the Vancouver Canadiens don't like their baseball up there, I'll argue with them 1,000% every damn time. They show up, they show out, they love the guys, and like it's great because if like a player does bad or like if they have a bad game, like you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it. Like that's how much they care. And like us as players, if we see that every night, and like we want to do good for them. So like having a good support system like the fans and like in Vancouver and the city's great. Like it's so beautiful up there. That was the farthest north I've ever been, and it was beautiful country up there. I fell in love with it immediately. And so
that's awesome too, because you also, even though it was only for 3 innings, you were with the Canadians when they couldn't cross the border. There was a major difference, I'm guessing. Obviously a home crowd, but
yeah, major difference.
Hillsborough wasn't anything to write home about.
Oregon. So we were staying in Portland. Portland's very beautiful too.
Yeah,
like Oregon's beautiful, but it ain't Vancouver, Canada. It ain't.
Is there a place the guys like to go eat there?
Me, the son, and oh my god, TJ Brock found this taco place. We got it. It's I can't think of it right now, but it was so good. And cheap tacos, and they have it, so it's like an arcade. Like we ate tacos and played the Wii
Nice.
at the same time. It was pretty fun.
That's funny. I love it because I know TJ Brock was on the show also, and he
Hmm.
could not say enough good things about Vancouver. He
It is.
hadn't been to Canada or anything before, and he was just like, I was not expecting this at all. And he talked about the fans the same way too, that just like, because he's one of the other few guys within the system that's hitting triple digits, and he was just like, even when you're throwing gas, they appreciate it. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, TJ, I love that guy.
So we touched on it right off the top here, but you had one of the highest K rates in the entire Blue Jays system this past year, and that is something that you've really improved within your game. What's your mentality when you need a strikeout these days? You get the call in the 7th inning, and that's what you're being brought in to do. What's your game plan?
Trust. I'm not the type of pitcher to shake. You know, the catcher's been behind the dish right there the entire game. I mean, and he's caught against the hitters throughout the entire series, throughout the entire game or season. So I mean, I'm trusting the catcher on what to throw at on that aspect. But I mean, I know what he's gonna a fastball right here. I mean, because I got velo and then my slider in the dirt. I mean, like my mentality is f it's f you and f it.
I
Like
love that.
f and it's not directly towards the hitter. It's just like in a moment thing. Like it's me versus you, my stuff versus your stuff. If you get me, I'll tip my cap. But let's go. And then f it, because once I release that ball, everything is out of my control. Whether if it's a strike, whether if my catcher catches it, or whether if the dude hits it, everything is out of my control.
So are you an expressive guy on the mound then? Like in a big situation, are you a fist pump guy? Do you let some emotion out, or are you more of a brick wall,
So
no emotion?
in the past, I've been stoic. You couldn't really tell, but I did have a save in Vancouver where I went like that
Yeah.
on the final strikeout, and I didn't even mean to do it. It just happened. And I think the crowd had a big part in that.